Hello from the team at URI's SNAP-Ed program, and thank you for taking the time to learn how you can be a healthy summer meals hero at your summer meals site this summer. This video will provide important reminders about the Summer Food Service Program meal pattern, as well as tips for promoting healthy eating at your summer meals site through positive encouragement and nutrition education. First off, let's talk about why your role in the summer meals program is so important, starting with a couple of questions. What percentage of Rhode Island high school students eat fruit less than one time a day? What do you think? Is it A, 10%, B, 35%, or C, 42%? The correct answer is 42%. 42% of high school students only eat fruit once in a while, not even every day. This is unfortunate given that we know that healthy foods like fruit help support overall health and prevent chronic disease. Now let's talk about processed foods in the diets of American youth. What percentage of youth's daily diet do you think consists of ultra-processed foods like fast food, packaged desserts, and sugar-sweetened beverages? 12%, 38%, or 62%? In fact, about 62% of youth's daily diet consists of ultra-processed foods. Many of these foods are low in nutrients such as vitamins, minerals, and fiber, and are high in added sugars, salt, or unhealthy fats. Eating a lot of these foods means that kids and teens may be missing out on essential nutrition that they need to grow and stay healthy. Let's talk about one major reason that kids and teens aren't getting the nutrition they need: food insecurity. Defined as a lack of reliable access to enough and adequate quality food to meet one's basic needs. Across Rhode Island, rates of food insecurity are higher than ever. Disparities remain among different racial and ethnic groups, with the highest food insecurity rates occurring in Black and Latinx-led households, and with families with low income. Across the state, over 75,000 Rhode Island K-12 students are eligible for free or reduced price meals, and many of these children and teens rely on school to provide them with breakfast and lunch, and sometimes after-school meals as well. Summer can be a stressful gap time for families. Where will the money come from to feed their children during the day? The Summer Meals Program helps to fill that need in such an important way. To help combat the issues we just discussed, food insecurity and diets low in nutrition, the USDA funds several child nutrition programs, including the Summer Food Service Program. Let's see how the Summer Meals Program provides the healthy foods that kids need. The meals contain fruits and vegetables, which have vitamins, minerals, and fiber. They also have grains, which are healthy carbohydrates to give kids energy, and fiber to fill them up. The meals also contain protein, which helps to keep muscles healthy and helps cells repair themselves. Dairy is also included. Dairy has calcium, vitamin D, and other nutrients to help to keep bones and teeth strong. One thing to note is that in the Summer Food Service Program, fluid milk is its own component, while yogurt and cheese are counted as meat alternatives due to their high protein content. We'll talk more about this in the coming slides. The foods you will be serving in the Summer Meals Program follow a meal pattern. That is, the meals must include certain healthy foods in order to count towards the program. A summer meals lunch must have 2 or more different fruits and/or vegetables to add up to at least 3/4 of a cup. 100% fruit juice can count for one of the 2 fruit or veggie options, but not both. For grains, at least 1 ounce of grain foods must be offered. 1 ounce is about 1 slice of bread. Meals must include at least 2 ounces of a meat or meat alternative food. Some examples that you may see in your meals are ham, turkey, chicken, cheese, beans, sunflower seed butter, and yogurt. Lastly, all meals must include 8 ounces of fluid milk. It is important to note that these amounts are all minimum requirements. Larger portion sizes can be offered. Now let's take a look at an example of a bagged lunch with a food from each component required in the Summer Food Service meal pattern. We have our fluid milk, and we have 2 different vegetables and/or fruits, so cherry tomatoes and an apple. Our grains food is the whole wheat bread in the sandwich, and our meat or meat alternative food is the sunflower seed butter in the sandwich. Now it's your turn to see what you've learned. Here's a sample lunch that contains some very common foods seen in summer meals here in Rhode Island. Take a moment to look at the components and decide if this meal meets the meal pattern requirements. Yes, it does meet the meal pattern requirements. It has 8 ounces of milk. It has 2 different fruits and or vegetables, so the celery and the 100% orange juice. It has a pizza strip for the grain, and 2 cheese sticks for the meat/meat alternative. Here's another example. Does this meal meet the meal pattern requirements? No, it does not. We do have the milk, the grains, and the meat/meat alternative. However, the 2 different vegetables we see, the lettuce and the tomato on the sandwich, does not add up to at least 3/4 of a cup. So this meal would not count towards the program. Here is another example of a summer meal. What do you think about this one? Does it meet the meal pattern requirements? Yes, it does. We have our carton of milk, the black bean salad and salsa count as 2 different vegetables, the tortilla chips are our grain, and the cheese contains protein, so it does count for our meat/meat alternative. Here is our next meal. Does this one meet the meal pattern requirements? No, this meal does not. We have milk, grains, and a meat or meat alternative, but we only have 1 vegetable. The orange-colored drink is not made of fruit, so it cannot count towards the meal pattern. Here is our last example. Does this meal meet the meal pattern requirements? No, this meal does not meet the meal pattern because it is missing the fluid milk. All of the other components are present. But remember, even though yogurt and cheese are made out of milk, for the summer meal's meal pattern, those foods only count as a meat or meat alternative food, not milk. So, we know that summer meals offer kids the healthy foods that they aren't eating enough of, like fruits, vegetables, milk, whole grains, and protein. These healthy meals can help kids grow, learn, and have the energy to play, and can also be part of preventing health problems later in life. But serving the food to them is just the first step. How do we get them to taste and eat these healthy foods? Let's talk about a few tips you can try this summer. Your actions and attitude can have a strong impact on kids' and teens' eating habits, which can in turn improve their health and reduce food waste at the same time. Here are some tips you can try out that can help youth have a positive experience at your meal site. Gently encourage fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are so important to a healthy diet, but sometimes kids are reluctant to try them. Encourage them to take a small taste of fruit or a vegetable in a gentle way. Smile and make eye contact. Especially if you are at an open meal site or a park or splash pad, this simple gesture will make kids feel comfortable with you and will make them want to come back for another meal tomorrow. Offer choices when possible. Tell them what foods are in today's meal and let them know that they can choose what they want to eat from the choices offered. While they must take the entire meal for it to count, there is no requirement for how much the youth must eat. Educate students about healthy foods. Talk about the benefits of eating nutritious foods such as feeling good, having more energy, and keeping their teeth and bodies healthy. Say positive things about the healthy foods served. Kids care what you think. Tell them how tasty, fresh, or colorful the foods are today. If you have concerns about the quality of the food, tell your supervisor, not the kids and teens who visit your meal site. Assume that all kids can learn to like new foods. Did you know that many kids need to try a new food 10 to 15 times before they like it? Help keep their minds open to trying a new food again, even if they said they didn't like it the first time. Act enthusiastic, open-minded, patient, and kind during mealtimes. Especially if you are at a very busy meal site, model the kind of behavior you want the kids to display when they're waiting in line or eating. All of these tips will help your meal site be a positive, comfortable environment for youth to enjoy their meals. Building on what we learned in the previous slide, here are some examples of positive things you can say to kids during meal times to encourage them to try the healthy foods that are offered. Do you want to try a little bit? If you don't like it, you don't have to finish it. Kids are often willing to try something new if they know they won't be forced to eat the whole thing. I love salad. At home, I eat it all the time. Be a good role model and talk about the healthy foods you like to eat. Be honest, though. If you don't personally like salad, pick something else to highlight. Feel free to just eat the part you like and leave the rest. Although you have to serve all of the food items to each child or teen for the meal to be reimbursable, they don't have to eat everything. encourage them to at least find one thing in the meal that they think they'll like. Maybe next time you'll decide to try that. Try to keep their minds open to trying new foods, even if they weren't feeling so adventurous today. That's great that you're trying a new food today. Let me know how you like it. Give positive reinforcement when they go out of their comfort zone and ask their honest feedback on the food. How would you serve this food differently if you were making it? This phrase can be a good redirect if they are saying something negative about the food. Encourage them to think about what they could add or how they would prepare it differently if they were making it at home. These peppers look really fresh and crunchy today. Talking about the color, texture, or smell of a food can help appeal to children's senses and make them curious to try it. Summer meal sites are a great place to engage kids and teens in nutrition education. We encourage you to take advantage of some free, fun resources from USDA Team Nutrition called Summer Food, Summer Moves. This kit includes a booklet with dozens of fun ways to teach kids about healthy eating while also helping them stay physically active. Most of the activities do not require any equipment and can be modified for different ages, small or large groups, and both indoor and outdoor settings. We hope you will try out some of these activities in your summer programs. For your free copy, go to www.fns.usda.gov/tn and click on Order Team Nutrition Resources. The kit is available in English and Spanish and comes with posters and handouts for families as well. Let's take a look at a few sample activities from the Summer Food Summer Moves Guide. The first one we will look at is called Jump In for Healthy Choices. This game is based on the idea that there are some foods that have more nutrition in them, such as vitamins, minerals, and fiber, and other foods that have less nutrition. The more nutritious foods are called everyday foods, and the less nutritious foods are called sometimes foods. You can see examples of foods that go in each category on this slide. In this activity, you must first introduce the concept of everyday and sometimes foods. Then have kids stand in a circle and pretend there is a swimming pool or a lake in the middle of them. Call out foods one by one, and if they think it is an everyday food, then they should jump forward. If they think it is a sometimes food, they should jump back. Connect the activity to the summer meals program by calling out the foods that are in the lunch that day. Another fun activity that requires little to no preparation is called Colorful Fruits and Veggies. Have kids sit in a circle and talk to them briefly about the importance of eating a variety of fruits and vegetables. Call out a color, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, or purple, and give everyone a few moments to think of a fruit or vegetable of that color. Then go around the circle and ask each kid to say their fruit or vegetable. If they can't think of one when it's their turn, they can run around the circle and then sit back down in their spot. You can also add a clapping rhythm for an extra challenge. The last example we will look at today is an activity that puts a healthy eating twist on the game Red Light, Green Light. It is called Red Pepper, Green Pepper, Chili Pepper. As the game leader, or Pepper Master, you will stand at the finish line while the kids line up at the starting line facing you. When you face away from the kids, you say Green Pepper, the kids run towards you. When you turn around and face them, say Red Pepper, they must stop. If anyone is caught still moving, they go back to the starting line. If you say Chili Pepper at any point, they have to dance or jump in place. The first player to reach you wins and becomes the Pepper Master for the next round. Another fun activity at your summer meals site is to involve kids in making posters that promote healthy foods. On the slide, you can see 3 real-life examples from some of our SNAP-Ed programming. Remember, kids are more likely to listen to a healthy eating message that comes from their peers than those that come from an adult. If you are interested in more nutrition education resources, you can find them on the URI Community Nutrition website. For additional guidance and resources for the Summer Meals Program, please visit the Rhode Island Department of Education's Child Nutrition website. Thank you so much for everything you do to be a healthy summer meals hero for Rhode Island kids and teens.